Humbity diddly hidely dido, humbity diddlum diddly dido, humbity diddle de hidely dido, humbity diddlum die. Where are we today, boys and girls?
Menstrie.
We're in Menstrie, and where is Menstrie?
Scotland.
It's in Scotland, that's right, but it's in the Hillfoots, isn't it?
Also in Clackmannanshire.
In Clackmannanshire, that's right. And what is that we can see behind the houses up there? Demyat. So this is one of the Ochil hills, the very last one, or the very first one, depending on which way you count it, on the south escarpment of the Ochils. How cool is that? And what do you think of this little village green part here?
Nice.
It's really nice, isn't it? And just here we come round, we can see all the lovely wee houses here, can't we? Yeah. Look at that one there with the blue door and the brown door. What do you think of them? They're pretty nice, eh?
Yeah, the blue one stands out.
Does the blue one stand out, do you think? Right, so what we're going to do...
Look at that paraglider.
Oh, can you see a paraglider?
Look.
Where is he? Well spotted, Chloe. I wonder if we can catch him on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there he is. And do you know where he's just jumped off? Because we saw him on the way down. Do you know where he jumped off?
No.
Myreton Hill, which is the one next to Demyat, isn't it?
And
Maybe. Do you know what I think? I think if we walk this way, we might meet him in the park. What do you think?
maybe.
Well, we'll go and see if we can find one.
A couple of wee rooks on the top of the houses.
Is there some wee rooks here as well?
Yeah.
Now, Menstrie in Scots Gaelic used to be Menstrad or Menstrid. What do you think of that name?
It's weird.
It sounds a bit weird, but it's almost the same as it is now, isn't it?
Yeah. Menstrie means to have.
And it's 5 miles east of Stirling, which is the main town about here, city about here, isn't it? Is it still a town or is it a city now? What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
But all cities have that. Most cities, some cities have cathedrals. They're Catholic cities.
That's right, and then I think other ones have to be over a certain amount, maybe 50,000 or something like that to be called a city.
So what I'm wondering though.
What are you wondering?
There's like this special story about like a place in Scotland called Dunblane or something. That
Right.
it's so really small.
That's right.
But because it has a cathedral, it's a city.
That's just up the road from here. Oh, and look at this tree here. Chloe, what's this one?
I'm not sure, but it seems like some sort of dog.
Is it a rowan? I don't know. Is that what it is? I don't know.
The type of berries it has tells me it's actually a mountain robin.
Oh, excellent. Right, let's go this way then, eh?
The birdies were crazy about it.
Well, I think the birdies would love all those wee berries, don't you?
I wonder if they're actually good to eat or not.
What's that?
I wonder if they're actually good to eat
I
or not.
don't think they're good for humans, but I think they're quite good for the birds and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
There's some lovely trees down here as well, isn't there?
Some of those look similar.
They look very similar, these trees.
Some got a finger on it.
I don't know either.
I remember we used to have like smaller ones of
Well, I
those
think these ones are sycamore trees because I recognise the little...
keys.
Yes, that's right, Chloe.
Is that a monkey puzzle?
I don't think that's a monkey puzzle, but it's a type of fur anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Scotch cutting.
Now, in 1260, Menstrie was recorded as being called Menrench and Menstrin. So despite them, even though the name has changed slightly over time, it's always kind of stayed the same, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And the name is composed of elements cognate to Welsh, maize, meaning field or plain, and treff for town, village or farm.
Interesting.
Very interesting, because that's exactly where what Menstrie is. It sits right on the karst, or the floodplain, between 10 and 20 metres above sea level. Now, is that quite a lot, Chloe, or is that not very much? Come closer.
It's actually a little bit.
It's not that much, is it? Because if we think at the other end of the Ochils, where Crooked Devon and everything is, they are really, really high above sea level.
Yeah.
Sometimes 600-700 feet, or even maybe even more than that, I think. Whereas here, you're almost right on the sea level. Now, what's this right next to us here? A wee burn. Oh, this is the burn that comes from the two hills that we just saw. So this is a runoff that comes down between Dumyat and, what's the other one called? Myreton, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, this Menstrie is roughly astride the Ochil fault. What can you tell us about the Ochil fault, Chloe?
There's lots of different types of lead elements.
Is there? But what is the fault? What is it? What is a fault, or the Ochil fault? What is it?
Basically, when a whole bunch of elements got smooshed together. Whoa.
Come closer so we can hear you.
It's when things got smooshed together and compacted into ores.
Right, and that is what helped create the Ochil.
Hills.
That's right, well done you, fantastic. Now, as we come up here, we're going to walk up the side of the burn and we're going to see just where it comes down from the hills. Now if we look up here we can see Myreton Hill, can't we?
Yeah.
And that, just up there, what we're looking at is where we saw the paraglider jumping off, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how cool is that?
Really cool.
Very cool, isn't it? And I think he has landed just in the park to the right of us, so we might even go and see if we can find him. What do you think?
Yeah.
Now, it is roughly, Menstrie is roughly astride the Ochil fault, whose movement gave rise to the dramatic southern scarp of the Ochils, but is almost now quiescent. That just means it doesn't move anymore. Two of the most westerly summits of the Ochils are Dumyat and Myreton Hill, which rise steeply to the north. And that's what we can see right there. That's Myreton. And when we come out of the trees here, we'll get a little look over to Dumyat. Both hills are divided by Menstrie Glen, from where the watercourse runs through the village. About a kilometre south, it then joins up with the Devon, which then joins up with the River Forth. So I've always loved Menstrie. This little bit, right in the centre of the town, the wee village green, is incredibly beautiful. And I believe someone very special came here a long time ago, called the Queen. Very long time ago. Wait a minute, I've just found a sign. Shall we go and read the sign? So, William, would you like to read us this part at the top?
Yeah, the burnside and castle. In the past, this area was a hive of activity, ranging from home-based trades and crafts to large mills. Wheelwrights, carters, barbers all piled their trades here, providing essential goods and services for the local community.
Right, Chloe, would you like to read this one for us?
Historic view of the activity along the burnside. The tall house known as Windsor Castle, owned by the Holborn family in the background, and the mill lade visible at the right hand side of the burn.
And what about this one here, Menstrie Castle?
Along Castle Road sits Menstrie Castle. This was the birthplace of Sir William Alexander, key figure in the establishment of a colony at Nova Scotia. In Nova Scotia in the 17th century.
Now, what about Menstrie Hill? What about this here? Let's talk about a bit of this industry that used to be here, Chloe.
The large chimney piece in the picture, taken in the early 1900s, would have had a little lead heft in front of you.
Now, I'm thinking, will we just go to the castle first and have a wee look at it?
Yeah?
Because, well, in fact, come on, we'll just go up to the glen. We'll go and have a look at the castle on the way back. Will we? Yeah. Now, the Menstrie Burn drains a catchment area of about 14 square miles and can experience flash flooding. So what would happen here if the water's got nowhere to go?
Splash crash.
Splash and crash. So despite this place, come on, let's keep up, guys. Despite this place being very, very beautiful, it can be quite dangerous if there's a lot of rain, can't it?
Yeah.
Now, on August 29th, 2016, the burn overflowed and 38 elderly residents from the old folks' home had to be evacuated. The glen used to be used for sheep farming, but is now commercial forestry. Now, just look at the view that we start to get here, boys and girls. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Look at Demayat down there. Isn't that fantastic? So shall we just cross the roads here and have a wee look at the burn? Right, come on. Right, after the next one. Right, let's cross. And just look at these trees here. I love this big one that's pointing over and sagging over. Just look at this wee burn.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? That'd be nice for paddling in, wouldn't it?
That's shallow.
It's a wee bit shallow, that's why I said it'd be nice for paddling in, wouldn't it? Right, let's go and have a wee look. There's another wee sign here. We're going to have a wee read of that one. Yeah. Well, we'll go and check that out as well, see what that's all about. Oh, Chloe, this is what you were just talking about. The Nova Scotia Gardens. Who would like to read this one for us?
These gardens have seen many transformations. They are currently named Highland Connection between Menstrie and Nova Scotia in Canada. William Alexander, who was born in Menstrie CE 1577, was instrumental in the establishment of the colony he fought from 1624 to 1632.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Right, let's go this way. Oh, look. Here's another good bit as well. So this is the War Memorial from World War I. And look, it's got a special commemoration to people from a very special country. Look at this.
Poland.
Poland, yeah. So lots and lots of Polish fighters fought in both wars. In fact, our friend Elaine that came on the walk with us, her grandfather was Polish. Can you believe that? Or was it maybe her dad? Or her granddad? So they would have come here, look. Right, let's have a wee walk around the park. It is rather lovely here, isn't it? Well, we're going to have a wee look. Oh, is that a weeping willow? That's what I thought it was. Look at the size of it. Isn't it spectacular? Look, you can walk under it. It's like a house. Shall we check it out? And it's not just one. There's lots of them, isn't there? Oh, look, we've got some wild berries as well. Oh, look, there's a wee bridge up here. Absolutely fantastic. And this wee bit will take us up to the Menstrie Glen, won't it?
Yeah.
Come on, you. Look at that. So many lovely wee glens and burns about here, isn't there? Right, we'll have a look over the other side before we say goodbye. I love all these trees.
Yeah.
They look fantastic over the water, don't they? Right, shall we say goodbye, boys and girls?
Bye.
Goodbye.